My sister done burnt too many bridges, and there's nothing I can do for her now.
Hi, my name is Christian Bass Knight, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Aryna Sabalenka has been a hot topic on X, formerly known as Twitter, lately, and not necessarily for the best reasons. Starting off with something a little bit lighter, the world number 2 is rumored to have popped out with her new boyfriend at the Madrid Open, where she's the defending champion. Sabalenka was spotted on the tournament grounds with Georgios Fragulis, the CEO of Brazilian acai brand Oakberry. Now, what's interesting is that Sabalenka signed a 2-year partnership with Oakberry at the start of this year. The brand is expected to increase global revenue to $200 million and reach 1,000 global locations by the end of 2024. I honestly didn't pay too much attention about the rumors of these two dating because initially all we had to go off of was him being around her in that video, plus Sabalenka liking his recent Instagram pictures and then following each other. My initial thought was that this could just be a simple business-related link-up. However, one eagle-eyed tennis fan, Tata Alves, caught a glimpse of Sabalenka sharing a kiss with a man in a backwards cap dressed in all black with tattoos. This looks like the same guy we saw with her in this video, where we know for sure it's Frangulis. I confirmed myself that this was indeed Sabalenka in that video, as the footage was from the Madrid Open live practice stream where Sabalenka had just finished her session. I do not like to make assumptions, so this could somehow be someone else, but even if it is Frangulis, maybe a kiss is a business ritual they do over there at Oakberry. Or maybe Aryna has some acai on her mouth and Georgios was being a nice friend and was just getting it off for her mouth. You never know. Nah, but being for real, the most likely scenario is that Frangulis is Sabalenka's new boo, and this would align with what podcaster Craig Shapiro tweeted about around the time her ex-boyfriend Konstantin Koltsov passed away. He said that Sabalenka was in Indian Wells with her new man and flew on a private jet with him to Miami. Now, I don't know how true this part is, but allegedly, Koltsov tried to win Sabalenka back. Sabalenka later confirmed that she and Koltsov were no longer together at the time of his death. It's still unclear of when her and Konstantin Koltsov broke up, but we can assume that they were together around December 2023, as he was seen with her as she played the World Tennis League tennis exhibition. If y'all don't remember, Koltsov unfortunately fell off the balcony of the St. Regis Bal Harbour Resort in Miami in March, and police ruled this an apparent suicide. His ex-wife later came out and said that Koltsov had no suicidal tendencies that she knew of and was heavily drunk at the time of his death. Now, focusing back on Frangulis, he is Brazilian and Greek, and in addition to being the CEO of Oakberry, he's also a motorsport driver and helms the Oak Racing Team, which is a motorsports marketing agency according to their Instagram. According to Driver Database, Frangulis is 35 years old, and judging from his Instagram account, he could have been a formerly married man. On May 26th of last year, Georgios dedicated an Instagram post to a woman, Bea Armentano, who he called the love of his life. Funny enough, Sabalenka has basically liked all of Georgios' photos up until this point. Frangulis actually deleted that dedication post today as well, so that's interesting too. A tennis fan on X now by the name of Tennis Mao posted a screenshot of someone, presumably himself, DMing Bea Armentano asking if Sabalenka, quote, disrupted her marriage. Just messy. Armentano allegedly said that she is married to Georgios, but will ask for a divorce, as both he and Sabalenka have been having an affair, according to her words, since Indian Wells last month. A lot of people feel that this screenshot is fake, but to be honest, I find it hard to believe that someone would be that jobless and doctor a fake message like this, but you never know nowadays with people. Anyways, Aryna's my girl. I love her, but she seems to have a type. I have to clock her for this, and that type is older and recently married, it appears. Frangulis is allegedly about 9.5 years older than she is, and then her ex Koltsov was 42 at the time of his passing and was just getting separated from his ex-wife when he and Biglenka allegedly first met. Anyway, I am anticipating that Aryna will unfortunately face a lot of criticism from some people who already said that she never even cared about Koltsov, especially now having this new man. I'm sure the situation still is rough for her, having an ex-lover like that pass in such a tragic way, but it's unrealistic to expect her to remain in mourning forever, especially when she and Koltsov were not together anymore at the time. Regardless, wishing Aryna all the best with this new whatever this is. Moving on, Aryna has been blasted on X for the past 36 hours for some comments she made about preferring to watch men's tennis compared to the women's. According to Spanish news site Punto de Break, Sabalenka was asked about a possible big three in women's tennis with her, Iga, and Aryna. She said, "I feel like I have lowered the level a little within that hypothetical big three. This last month seems like more of a big two. However, I am happy to be part of this group. I hope to maintain my level. I don't watch their games," Iga and Aryna, she means. "No, I feel like I've played against them enough and that if I face one of them again, my coach is going to show me images of their games to analyze. I'm not someone who watches too much tennis. I prefer to watch men's tennis rather than women's tennis though. I feel like there's more logic and it's more interesting to watch." Many WTA fans were pissed about this and they were not happy at all with Sabalenka's statements. They said it's not a good look for world number 2 of the WTA to not hype up her own tour in favor of the men's. And then some people also pointed out how it's a little bit ironic for Sabalenka to be making the statement that there's more logic on the men's tour when she is honestly one of the most brainless players out there at times. I love you, Biklenka, but it's true. Sometimes your shot selection decisions are baffling at times. I think in the context of her statement, I understand why she says she doesn't watch as much women's tennis because she lives it. Like, these are her competitors. I'm sure that if I wouldn't want to watch a lot of the players that I want to beat day in and day out as well. I think it's like a different mentality for people. Some people don't mind. I know me personally, if I'm done with the tournament, I don't really want to watch other people play. So, I mean, I understand where she's coming from that angle. People just have different mentalities, like I said. I know Danielle Collins has spoken out about how she prefers women's sports to men's sports. And me personally, I kind of prefer women's tennis as opposed to men's tennis. I feel like it's honestly a little bit more entertaining and less predictable compared to the men's. I do agree, though, that it's not a good look for someone of her stature to kind of say something like this. And I know she's just being honest and blunt, and she is entitled to her opinion, but it's just not something you should say, at least aloud, to the press as a women's tennis star, especially when you consider that, you know, the disproportionate lack of coverage women's tennis receives compared to the men's. I understand the culture amongst men and women's tennis players are different as well. Men are overall more like buddy-buddy with each other and friendly, it seems. But I like to see the women do more of a, like, hype each other up a little bit more. I think Iga Swiatek does a great job of this. You know, she congratulates her fellow competitors pretty often. Now, Iga made a few fans unhappy too with some recent statements. When talking about the recent retirement of Garbiñe Muguruza, Swiatek said Garbiñe was one of her favorite players on tour, but that she never really had anyone on the WTA to follow. Regardless, I think my Twitter mutual Jimmy says it best. Let's support both men's and women's tennis because the sport needs all the eyeballs it can get. That's all I have for this video. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on, you know, possibly Sabalenka's new boyfriend, and then also her comments that she made about preferring to watch men's tennis over women's tennis. Do you feel like she shouldn't have said that, or, you know, is she entitled to her opinion, and is she entitled to say something like this aloud to the press? And also, make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell so you're notified whenever I post content like this. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Christian Bassnight once again, and I'll see y'all in the next video.